Cookies. When you visit a website, it places a small file on your device, called a cookie. First-party cookies remember your login and preferences. Third-party cookies are placed by advertisers whose code runs invisibly on that page, and they follow you across every other site that runs the same code. A single advertising network can track your movement across millions of websites this way. You do not have to click on an ad. You do not have to interact with anything. Loading the page is enough. Browser fingerprinting. Your browser reveals dozens of details about your device every time it loads a page: your screen resolution, installed fonts, graphics card, time zone, language settings, browser version, and more. Combined, these details form a fingerprint that is often unique to your device. Unlike cookies, fingerprints cannot be deleted. Switching to private mode does not change them. Most people have no idea it exists, and most websites use it. IP address logging. Every connection you make to a website includes your IP address. Websites log it, advertisers log it, your internet service provider assigns it, and can see every domain you visit, regardless of what browser you use. An IP address alone can identify your approximate location, your ISP, and often your household. Services that correlate IP addresses across platforms can build a persistent identity around you, even if you never log in anywhere. GPS and location services. Your phone knows where you are to within a few meters. Every app that has been granted location permission can access that data. Weather apps, food delivery apps, navigation apps, and games all request location access, and many continue reading it in the background after you close them. That location data is routinely sold to data brokers, who aggregate it into movement histories that show where you sleep, where you work, where you worship, and who you spend time with. Cell tower triangulation. Your phone connects to cell towers constantly, even when GPS is turned off. Mobile carriers know which towers your phone is pinging at every moment, which reveals your location continuously. That data is retained by carriers, shared with law enforcement on request, and has historically been sold to third-party location aggregators. Turning off location services does not prevent this. The only way to stop it is to turn the phone off. Wi-Fi probe requests. When Wi-Fi is enabled on your phone, it broadcasts probe requests, searching for networks it has connected to before. Those requests include your device's MAC address and the names of your saved networks. Retailers and smart city infrastructure deploy sensors that capture these broadcasts to track how long you spend in different areas. Your phone announces itself to every receiver in range before you connect to anything. Advertising identifiers. Every smartphone has a unique advertising ID built into the operating system. IDFA on iPhone, GAID on Android. Apps read this identifier and share it with advertising networks, which use it to link your activity across every app that participates in the same network. Unlike cookies, which are tied to a browser, the advertising ID follows you across all apps on your device. It can be reset, but not permanently removed without disabling ad personalization entirely. Email tracking pixels. Most marketing emails contain a tracking pixel, an invisible image, often 1 pixel by 1 pixel, that loads from a remote server when you open the email. That load tells the sender your IP address, your email client, your operating system, the time you opened it, and how many times you opened it. You do not have to click anything. Opening the email is enough. Most email clients load these automatically, unless you have disabled remote image loading. URL tracking parameters. When you click a link from a social media post, an email, or an advertisement, the URL often contains tracking parameters appended to the end. These include identifiers like FBCLID, GCLID, UTM_source, and others that tell the destination site where you came from, which campaign sent you, and who you are within the advertising platform system. Sharing that link passes the tracking parameters to anyone else who clicks it. Cross-device tracking. Advertisers build profiles that span your phone, your laptop, your tablet, and your smart TV. They link these devices through shared logins, shared IP addresses, and ultrasonic tracking, where inaudible tones emitted by one device are picked up by the microphone of another to confirm they are in the same room. Once your devices are linked, behavior observed on one is attributed to the same profile as behavior on all the others. Smart TV Automatic Content Recognition. Most smart TVs ship with a feature called Automatic Content Recognition, or ACR, enabled by default. The TV captures samples of everything displayed on the screen, including content from external devices plugged into the HDMI port, and sends those samples to the manufacturer's servers to identify what you are watching. That viewing data is sold to advertisers. It does not matter whether the content comes from a streaming app, a cable box, or a games console. If it appears on the screen, the TV is recording what it is. ISP Deep Packet Inspection. Your internet service provider can read the content of your internet traffic at the packet level. Encryption protects the content of HTTPS connections, but your ISP can still see every domain you contact, the timing and volume of your connections, and metadata about your traffic patterns. In countries without strong data protection laws, ISPs sell this data commercially. In countries with surveillance programs, it is shared with intelligence agencies. A VPN moves that visibility to the VPN provider rather than eliminating it. Payment data. Every credit and debit card transaction you make is logged by your card issuer with a timestamp, a merchant name, and an amount. Card networks and issuers sell anonymized versions of this data to hedge funds, retailers, and advertisers. Banks in some markets sell transaction data directly. Loyalty cards at supermarkets and retailers do the same thing more explicitly. Every item you purchase is linked to your account and used to model your behavior, household composition, and income level. License plate readers. Automated license plate readers are mounted on police cars, highway gantries, car park entrances, and private property across most cities. They capture every plate they see along with a timestamp and GPS coordinate. That data is pooled into national and regional databases that can reconstruct the movement history of any vehicle. In most jurisdictions, the data is retained for months or years. You do not have to be suspected of anything for your vehicle's movements to be logged. IMSI Catchers. An IMSI catcher is a device that mimics a legitimate cell tower. Your phone connects to it instead of the real network, believing it is the strongest available signal. The device captures your phone's unique identifier, your call metadata, and in some configurations the content of unencrypted communications. Law enforcement agencies use them openly. The hardware is commercially available, and security researchers have documented criminal use in cities around the world. Your phone connects automatically, with no indication that anything has changed. Thanks for watching. Does this bother you, or have you accepted it? Let us know in the comments. Also, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more.